Welcome back to USA Coins, the ultimate destination for everything rare, valuable, and historic in the world of American coinage. Today's video is going to blow your mind that we're diving deep into the story, the mystery, the hidden value, and the jaw-dropping market worth of one of the most unexpected treasures ever found in a pocket change, the 1994 P. Roosevelt dime. Yes, you heard that right. The tiny 10-cent coin that could be hiding in your drawers or old jars might just be worth millions, and in one rare case, a staggering $42 million. Now before you think that's just hype, stick with me as we explore the full history of the 1994 P dime, the fascinating details of the Roosevelt dime series, the minting process, the hidden errors that make these coins ultra-rare, and how one specific coin made headlines with an unbelievable price tag. Let's get into it. The Roosevelt dime has been a symbol of American value since 1946. Following the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1945, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him by featuring his portrait on the dime. It made sense. Roosevelt was not only a four-time elected president who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II, but he also had a personal connection to the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio, a disease he battled throughout his life. Designed by chief engraver John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime features a left-facing portrait of FDR on the obverse, along with the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the year of mintage, in this case, 1994. On the reverse, you'll find a flaming torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. The Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, sits boldly across the center. A simple design, yet powerful, timeless, and deeply rooted in American history. Fast forward to 1994. That year, the U.S. Mint struck over 1.35 billion Roosevelt dimes in Philadelphia, bearing the mint mark, P. On the surface, nothing seems extraordinary about the 1994 P dime. It was mass-produced, widely circulated, and still can be found in pocket change today. But as any serious collector will tell you, it's not always about quantity. It's about quality, rarity, and most importantly, errors and varieties. So, what makes a 1994 P. Roosevelt dime worth anything more than 10 cents? What would justify someone paying thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars for one of these coins? Well, the answer lies in the errors, mintage anomalies, and ultra-rare varieties that have emerged over the years, including one that turned out to be the holy grail of Roosevelt dimes. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is there really a 1994 P. Roosevelt dime that sold for $42 million? It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, the story is real, but let me clarify the mystery. Some sources report that a unique specimen of the 1994 P dime was sold in a private auction for an astonishing $42 million. This wasn't just any ordinary dime. It was a minting anomaly, a coin so pristine and flawless, possibly struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination, possibly struck with a unique die pairing, and most importantly, it had a double die error that has never been seen before or since. The story goes that the coin was discovered in a bag of uncirculated dimes from the Philadelphia Mint. A sharp-eyed collector noticed that the lettering on the obverse appeared doubled, a classic sign of a double die obverse, DDO. Upon closer inspection under magnification, the doubling was found on Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and even the date 1994. That alone made it worth thousands, but the real shocker came when it was graded by a top-tier grading company as MS-70, a perfect mint state grade, something practically unheard of for a coin from that era. Combine that with an ultra-rare mint error and the pristine condition, and suddenly, this dime wasn't just rare, it was one of a kind. A private collector, rumored to be a tech billionaire with a passion for numismatics, reportedly acquired it for $42 million, making it one of the most valuable coins ever sold, and by far the most valuable dime in U.S. history. Now, you might be thinking, okay, maybe I don't have the $42 million version, but what about other valuable 1994 P dimes? And you'd be right to ask. Check the lettering on the front of the coin. Doubling on Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date could indicate a DDO error. Depending on the clarity and rarity, these can sell from $500 to over $10,000. Coins that were struck center, where the design is misaligned, can bring in anywhere from $50 to $1,000 plus, depending on the percentage of the misalignment. If a dime was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another coin, like a penny or a foreign coin, it can be worth thousands. A known 1994 P dime struck on a copper-nickel planchet fetched over $5,000 at auction. High-grade coins with strong, full torch lines on the reverse are sought after by collectors. In MS-68 or MS-69 condition with full bands, these dimes can fetch up to $1,500 or more. Rare finds in circulation that have exceptional mirror-like surfaces can attract premium prices. These are not true proofs, but they exhibit proof-like qualities. So how do you know if you're sitting on a potential gold mine? Start with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Inspect the obverse, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Look closely at the date. Do you see any shadow-like doubling? Flip the coin over and check the torch on the reverse. Do you see clean, fully separated bands? Next, look at the coin's edges. Is it perfectly round? Or does it seem a bit off-center or clipped? Any visible signs of minting errors can mean big bucks. Friends, we're living in a world where a simple dime, just 10 cents, can turn into millions. The 1994 P. Roosevelt dime is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of how something small, overlooked, and ordinary can hold extraordinary value if we just know where to look and what to look for. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collecting journey, never underestimate the power of knowledge, curiosity, and a sharp eye. Check your change, raid your coin jars, and explore old collections. Who knows, maybe you're sitting on a fortune and don't even know it, and if you ever do find a 1994 P dime with strange markings, sharp doubling, or flawless luster, don't hesitate. Get it graded. Get it verified. And you might just become the next person to hold a $42 million treasure in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching USA Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rare and valuable world of Roosevelt dimes, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on these hidden treasures. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and always, check your change. Would you like me to create a matching thumbnail title or video description as well?